Friday night. I'm glad you're here. Might not be Friday night where you are, or if you're watching the replay, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Anytime, any day. There's a cat right there. My son, I'm just waiting for him to walk across. I am Mary Gunn of Very Gun Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. He comes. Here he comes. I'm so glad you're here. I got him. Okay, we're going to do this together. Okay? You wanted to come on. So let's do this. Oh, his little face is like, I want to eat your nose. But this is Kerwin. And what is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is the ultimate original paper crafting card making game show challenge, isn't it? And we are live almost every Friday evening, and we always leave a spot for you and your cat. Or your squirrel or your dog, whatever you have handy. Just bring them on in and say, we're going to make some cards. We don't know what we're going to make yet, but we're going to do it, and we're going to have a darn good time. So, join us. If you are new here, thank you for joining us and stopping in. This is an impromptu card making show. And so I can't really tell you what we're going to do yet because I don't know. If you were enjoying that wonderful slideshow before I started talking, those were cards from last week's episode where we had wonderful parameters. Of course, when we first get them, we think, that's the dumbest combination of parameters I've ever had. And I don't have any idea what I'm going to make with them. But every week, everybody said, well, most people, some people don't, but they say, I got this. I'm going to make something. I'm going to try. It doesn't matter. It's going to be fun. I'm going to get to spend some time doing what I like with paper and stamps and ink and paint and whatever your media of choice is. There were 400. There he goes. There are 424 cards. And we had 6 videos that people made for us, and I watched them all. I really enjoyed them. If you were with us last Saturday, we had our first community showcase, and that's when we got to feature 4 of our video contributors. These are not people that we have on our design team or anything like that. They just voluntarily make videos with Craft Roulette parameters and show us how they made their card. It's a pretty cool phenomenon. And we featured 4 of them last Saturday on a show, and it was a wonderful thing. And Sarah Liz Starkoska was my co-host, and we just had a wonderful time. It's over here on the Craft Roulette YouTube channel, so you can always find it. Kerwin was not there, so it's more safe. Hey, let's pull back the curtain on the technical genius behind this show. 2 hands. That is Mr. Producer. Hey, Mr. Producer. What is Paperganza? I'm going to ask him.
Well, that's an event we're throwing.
Yay!
In July. It's going to have Craft Roulette Live. And teachers. And all sorts of stuff.
And shopping and games and friends and fun and food. Food with at least 6 O's. It's going to have so much food. And fun with at least 6 N's. It's going to be a good time. We just opened up the registration for it last week, and we are over halfway full. It's going to be right here in Kansas City. It's going to, we were with a meeting with our friend Amanda Stevens with Pear Blossom Press today. She is working with us on this as well, and she's a mover and groover when it comes to vendors and teachers, and she is in charge of that, and I can tell you, it's going to be excellent. I really am very proud of the work she's already done, and I look forward to sneaking in those rooms and getting to get a little closer look at some of our favorite friends that we have had, not favorite, but some really great friends of Craft Roulette, including Karen Burniston, Tanya from Riley and Company, Tanisa from Trinity, Pear Blossom Press's own Amanda Stevens, and Pink and Maine is sending Libby Hickson and Caitlin Anthony. Get out of town. Is that it's just going to be, and we're all going to be together for 3 or 2 days, 2.5 days. It's going to be so fun. I know we can't all be there. So Mr. Producer is going to tear down this entire doggone studio and take it with us to do the show live that Friday night, and it's in July. There's more information on paperganza.com. You can register and get all the information on the hotel and the works. It's good. It's good. It's going to be different than anything we've ever done. 2025. It's our 5th birthday. We had to do something new. So, if you haven't given us a thumbs up or shared us or hit that subscription button, we would appreciate that. That helps this channel grow, they say, and I who am I to ask if that's true or not? I don't know. But that's what they say, so that's what I say. We have some wonderful spin sponsors this month to give away stuff every week. Who are they, Mr. Producer? May Made It is giving away a gift certificate every week. She was supposed to be on last week, but she was ill. We're trying to get her back on the schedule. Relatively Thoughtful, Sally Butler in the UK. 30 pound gift certificate. And she's mailing it anywhere in the world. The Card Making Stash Summit has a VIP pass for some lucky ducky that wins a spin later in the show. Olo, that's a new sponsor to us. We thank you guys for joining us this month, and giving away $25 gift certificate. And your Paper Insider, they have a new box coming out this month. I'm excited. I always am excited. And they will be donating a box of one of their wonderful papers. I call it my fancy pants paper because it's so good. I just used a little tiny scrap of it on a project this week, and I was just like, I'm done. I'm out of it now. It's a sad thing. If you like paper, check them out. It's your Paper Insider, and maybe you'll win something tonight. We are not sponsored by these wonderful companies. We rely on the generosity and kindness of our members. There's a little information about how you can find out how you can join us and keep us on the air. We have some new wonderful members today to announce. We have Rebecca H.H., Libby Hickson. Congratulations for joining us, and thank you. She's got some snow. I saw her house. Dee Dean, Jill McCauley, who has her 52nd card coming up later in the show. Susie Moore, Rebecca Hooten, and here we go. Ms. Piper P.A.E. Powers D.A. Thank you, guys. And there's a lot going on over there. This week, we had a new member show, which is when I get together with a member and we talk about cards. And it was Lisa Taylor. And we talked about last week's cards. And we just had the nicest little chit chat. It's very relaxed and fun. Your card may be in that show. I recorded a laboratory and I recorded a scrapbook video this week. And tomorrow, we have an all membership call. So check out all those things. There's a lot of action over there. We will keep you busy. We can't help you with your housework. But then again, you could have us on in the background and it may inspire you to do something productive so you can get to your craft room. See, that's how we work. We do want to, your little shirt's your sweater's falling off. We have wonderful little merchandise like Decoy Duck and this wonderful, where is that? This little, I was cold tonight, and my little hoodie. And we have dies and stamps over on craftroulette.live/shop. You can look over there and see if there's anything that looks like you have to have. You can't live without. But that is enough of this. Shall we please put our hands together and welcome the ever pleasant, lovely hippie in the kitchen, Lydia Fiedler from Understand Blue.
It's true.
She's
sharing all my secrets.
I know. Don't tell me anything. Welcome back. It's been a minute, as they say.
It has been. Thank you so much for having me back. I've missed you and all the card makers that are here.
I know. She and Mr. Producer were talking all about these exotic foods before. I'm like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich girl. And quick in, quick out. But you do real food.
That's probably my second biggest hobby is cooking.
Well, let's hear about your first biggest hobby and who you are.
I am Lydia Fiedler. I am the community manager of Split Coast Stampers, which is the original paper crafting social media site before we had Facebook, before we had Instagram, any of that. So I've been managing that community since 2010. And we invite you all to share your Craft Roulette items in the gallery. The site is totally free and has been the home to some of the most famous paper crafters the Julie Ebersols of the world, Libby, everybody started at some point on Split Coast. So it's been, paper crafting has been part of the air that I breathe for a very long time.
It's the pulp. It's the air, the paper pulp from all of our slicing. It's
that dust.
It truly probably is in our lungs.
It is.
That's okay. It's a happy place. It's okay. Yep. Happy fibers, happy lungs, happy person. So if it is every fiber of your being, I can see where we could go with this, but it is a pleasure to have you. Obviously, we haven't talked for a while, so we need to catch up with you in just a little bit. But I forgot to ask you, do you have a question for me?
Do I have a question?
Yes, I forgot to prompt you on this. I know a lot of people that haven't been on the show forget about what is Craft Roulette, and so they often ask,
what is Craft Roulette?
That a girl, she didn't miss much. Well, we have a little video to show you, so I think we better sit back, relax, and watch it, because it's been a week since I watched it, and it's been a while since you've been here. Thank you, Lydia. We'll be right back after what is Craft Roulette.
Did somebody ask what Craft Roulette is?
In a nutshell, Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel, and everyone is invited to play along. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. The wheel has 24 spots to land on, but the spot it lands on might not always be a parameter. It could be a special, like guest's choice, a vetoed parameter, or other fun surprises. When you add the infinite creativity of our community and try and calculate the possible options, square the fun, carry the glitter, divide by the imagination, you end up with a near limitless amount of possible projects. Whoa! We invite a special guest on each week to share their unique spin on our challenge. If you'd like to participate, you don't have to create live with us. You can sit back and enjoy the show. Once the episode airs, you have around 50 hours to finish your own project using the same 4 parameters from this episode and submit, so don't delay too long. After your project is ready, take a photo and head over to our website. Use the Submit Contribution form to officially contribute. The form is open to the public and no membership is required. Everyone who contributes will be featured on our website, included in the next episode slideshow, and automatically entered into the next giveaway. When you visit www.craftroulette.live, you'll find all of our past episodes along with their contribution gallery, the current wheel parameters, info on how to participate, a calendar of upcoming guests, links to our spin sponsors, contact and prize claim forms, our shop, and a huge membership platform. But more on that later. And that's Craft Roulette. If you like what we do, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your crafty friends who might enjoy it too.
Everyone is invited to join in the fun.
We like to celebrate around here, so before we spin for this week's set of parameters, we're going to look back at last week one last time and highlight some of our community's achievements. And now, back to the show.
Yep, that's what we do every Friday night, with or without our cat being the co-host. 422 contributions. We are back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, crafters and craftettes. We were in the 300s there for a couple of weeks, but it's crafting season again. I love it. We have 48,929 total contributions since we started in 2020 on Friday the 13th in March. So, there you are, all over. Brazil's back. Congratulations on joining us again. Welcome. And we are all over, aren't we? But there's still some room out there for some more crafters to meet, because we have a wide, wide world of craft table there. There was my card. It was fun to make. We had tags. Disney colors, January for element, and branches are branching for random. And I made a little pocket card with some little tags and his little firewood for branches. It was fun. Sarah Liz Staroska was our guest, and okay, look at that little kitty's hats. She put 2 hats on the kitty's ears, and I just think that's adorable. She was a lot of fun, and she made this. It's really a cute card. It was also her 52nd contribution to Craft Roulette, which puts her in the very exquisitely wonderful, marvelous Club Fun. It's not
Club
wonderful.
52. You called it Club
I
Fun.
called it Club Fun, didn't I? Old habits die hard. Club 52, but that is a fun place to be. So, there's my makeup. So, anyway, but it was fun to have you on. What was her name again? Sarah Liz. I kind of drift off every once in a while. What do you say? Thank you so much. And we will see you in July. Now we're going to invite, what's her name? Lydia back. And last week I called you Libya. I put Lydia and Libby together.
That happened. That has happened to Libby and I more than once.
And I'm not at all unique then. I'm okay with that. This is our parade of achievers. We always like to say hurrah and huzzah to some wonderful people that have joined Club 52, for instance, our first-time achievers or contributors, our major milestone achievers. And we have a bunch of Club 52 people, but no mug clubbers this week. So it is on a timer. I like to be able to say their name and where they're from. And then pop right in and say huzzah, whatever cute, whatever you see that tickles your fancy. That would be great.
Okay.
Shall we go to the gallery and say, welcome first timers. We had 8 of you.
Oh,
That's
nice.
so fun. Susie Moore from Arlington, Texas.
My fellow Texan.
Mm-hmm. Sally B., the owner of Relatively Thoughtful. Welcome.
Oh, I love the deer.
Teresa Pierce, Washington.
Hi, Teresa.
Little tags in the pocket, just like that.
Uh-huh.
Mo DeLon is Mo DeLon? Ms. Piper P.A. E. Powers D.A. from New York.
Oh.
Martin P. from Australia. So
I
glad
love
to have you guys
Australia.
join
Been
us.
there.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Kat Arena from
Kat Arena.
Pennsylvania. Sharon Reardon from New Zealand.
I've been there too. Hi, Sharon.
You get around. I just sit right here in this craft room all the time. Major milestones achievers. Those are the people that hit 25, 50, 75. Peggy I from Texas.
Hey, neighbor.
Isn't that cute?
That's adorable.
Deirdre from Ireland. 25.
I'm Irish. Hi, Deirdre.
Julie H. from Georgia. 50
Ooh,
cards.
that's gorgeous.
Lorraine McN from Canada. 50 cards. That's like
Can't
a
go wrong
bottle
with
tag.
blue.
No, that's right. Chris from the U.S. Washington.
Ooh, I love that. That's
Pretty
gorgeous.
colors. Craft Girl from New Jersey.
Oh,
She has a
that's
video on this.
Snowman.
Cute. Stacy Dobbenberger. I was afraid I'd mess those vowels up. From the U.S. 50. Teresa E. from Australia.
Cute inspiration.
I like that she showed it.
That's so
Bonnie
cute.
Y. from Arizona. 75.
Lucky.
Teresa Parmenter. Popcorn. It's always good for popcorn.
My favorite food group.
175. Yes. Congratulations to you all, and keep those cards coming. We love them. 175. Wow. Smurf Murphy is one of our leading ladies with 209 cards.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Jackie Jackpot Muller is sent in 210.
Dang.
Kathy Herring, 213 cards.
Wow.
You're serious.
Making me feel like a slacker.
5K, now 6K Lamone, 216 cards.
Gorgeous.
Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis, 226.
These names are killing me.
Patty Beck, a normal name, is our leading lady with 244 cards. Congratulations to you all. Thank you. You've been leading the pack for a long time. Patty's having surgery on her back Tuesday. Ooh.
Oh, goodness. Good luck, Patty.
Welcome to Club 52 Fun Club. Jill Meckley, Sarah Liz Staroska. Yahoo! Lisa Long from California.
Great.
I see your numbers 5-2. They like to give themselves a little 5-2 card.
Oh,
Steph
that's so
T.
cute. Oh,
I know.
that's adorable.
We need to. Boop. Yes, they have been for, I don't even know how long. We'd have to ask Kamado, who started it all. But how long it's been that they've been making their own congratulations cards for Club 52. Because I don't give them anything. I don't send them an email or nothing. So it's tough around here. But they just went ahead and said, okay, well, we'll make our own congratulations cards.
I love it.
That's what we do. Well, that was a good look. First timers, great job.
Oh,
Big numbers on those cards. I know there are people that do these cards. They've never missed a week for.
It's amazing.
So hundreds of weeks. So yeah, don't feel like a slacker. Just kind of pick up the pace.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I'll try.
I know, but you're always welcome. Like like right now, we could start thinking about what we're gonna make tonight because it's time to bring on the parameters, Mr. Producer.
Oh,
There they are.
Okay.
Deep breath. We got this. We're going to be spinning for Project Colors, Element, and Random just in a second, but we always give our members a chance to veto. I hope you remembered to veto this week. Veto one parameter in each column, which means if we land on those vetoed items, we will spin again and the wheel can't make us use that vetoed item. You can still use it if it fits into the parameters we do get, but it'll all make sense soon, I hope. So, for Project, what did the members veto this week? Tag with pocket, matchbook card, purse card, or zoyfold? Purse card is off the wheel. They said no thank you. I just put that one back on. That's like an old nemesis to you guys, and the scar isn't healed, I guess. But we'll get it someday. For colors, what did you veto? Candy, sunrise, string of lights, or crisp?
Crisp.
Crisp is off. That was a friend of ours that suggested. I don't want to say who it was since it was vetoed, but I thought it was a pretty good parameter
It is
idea.
good, but maybe they're tired of winter and that crisp feeling in the air.
Yeah, you're right. Because string of lights is right behind it.
Right.
Yeah, you are so smart. For element, what did they veto this week? Front door, in the sky, get away, or rhymes with og.
No frogs. I can't have any frogs. Oh no.
Well, you could have my point exactly. So
I can have a
say we get sleep or sleeping. You can make a sleeping frog. You can't have something that rhymes with
You
og.
can still use frogs.
So, yes.
We just can't force you to use a frog.
We can't
or
make
an
you.
og.
Oh,
That's right.
A dog. Good.
And Martha Middleton, a member Martha Middleton even wrote, What on earth rhymes with og? Hopefully the fog clears and something will jog my memory and I don't bog down as I doggedly slog on.
Good job.
Yeah, I think we may go into more sentiments here pretty soon.
I think you should make them all write a little poem like that.
I think so. I don't think it's a bad idea, but we do want people to play. So, for random, what did they vote off this week? Paperclip, stencil, wrapping, buttons. Okay, so it's wrap wrapping. Alrighty. That means you can still wrap something, but we don't have to wrap something. Now, Lydia, you've been looking at those parameters a little bit. Is there something that looks horrible?
I'm always going to veto the fun fold because I am 3-dimensionally impaired as a human being. I am a 2-dimensional girl.
I thought you'd kind of gotten a little thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I do one of each.
Yes, we'd like to know if we land on the first number 1 and you get guest choice, what would you like? For project, what would you like?
I would like a thank you card.
A flat thank you card.
A flat thank you card, preferably 1 layer.
That's right. For colors, what would you like?
For colors, this is gonna upset some people, but I'm gonna pick 17 string of lights.
String of lights it is, because
I feel like that gives me a lot of possibilities.
Do you put Christmas trees up?
I do put Christmas trees up.
Do they have white lights or
I like white lights.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm playing craft roulette, I could say that my string of lights was all different colors, and then I could use any color I wanted.
You know how to work your way around a parameter. Yeah.
Very sneaky.
Yeah. That's what we like to do.
I love true crime, so I'm constantly committing some kind of a crime or another. So.
And for our element, what would you like, ma'am?
This one seems obvious if you know me, but I'm going to pick number 5, rodents, because I love squirrels and rabbits and little critters like that in the rodent family.
I'm glad that didn't get vetoed. It wasn't an option, but a lot of times it has gotten vetoed.
I know some people are freaky about rodents.
It's hard to believe. They're so cute when they're stamps. They're like snow.
So cute.
So pretty on a card.
Mice. They're so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So cute.
And for random, what tickles your fancy?
It is going to be my favorite tool. If I just had to take one to a desert island, it's going to be number 7. It's going to be a stencil.
Good choice. Good choice. I can see that card working real well. A thank you card that's flat with string of light colors with some rodents on it. You could even have a string of lights with a rodent.
I can have a string of rodents.
A string of rodents on lights with little light bulbs. But it doesn't have to have lights. And then stencil. Yeah, you could get a lot done with that. You could probably make 20 different cards with just that that set of parameters. Yeah. Well, let's see. Theo is of the same mind as you. Let's give him a warm up.
Oh, do you hear?
There's somebody.
Yeah.
And for project, will we get purse card? No, we won't get purse card. Will we get thank you card? No, we got 16. Oh, a zoyfold. We will talk about what a zoyfold is.
Uh-oh, I don't even know what that is. Okay. Zoyfold.
It's cute. It's very fun, and it's got a little fold, but we'll go through it. Don't worry.
Okay.
For colors, you will be a master before this show is over. You will have a fun fold in your arsenal. Elegant colors.
That's good.
Will we get elegant colored rodents? No. Front door. Shut the front door.
Interesting.
And for random, maybe a stencil would be nice for Miss Lydia. Number 6. Oh, really close, but 3 circles.
3 circles. I like that.
Okay, I'm going to get some paper.
Okay, let me think about this. Front door.
I'm going to get some paper, and I'm going to show you what a zoyfold is. So I just got that so I won't forget. But I'm going to give my speech, so you'll have a few minutes to think. My speech is all about, you guys need to play. This is a fun set of parameters, and we love to see what you do with them. This is going to be your art project. We're not going to teach here necessarily, but you might pick up a few tips along the way. And we would love to see your artistic expression, especially front door. I don't know what you're going to do with that. Your cards can be, a zoyfold is a card, so we need to stick with that. But your card can be very classic and simple, or it can be very intricate, you could make a whole card of a front of a house and have that little front door opening or whatever you want to do. You can make it very complicated, but it doesn't have to be. It can be anywhere in between. You can take each one of those parameters, which will have to be included, and make it literal. You can say, HEY Google, what are elegant colors? And HEY Google will help you. Isn't that just marvelous? And or you can interpret it very, very artistically, however you want to do. Like front door. Maybe you'll do a front door of something, I don't even know. Maybe you'll just do the wood of a front door. And so the whole card has a wood background. I don't know what you're going to do. It's going to be your interpretation. We always like to have you do your best. We love to have people from all ages and all levels of experience in card making. We don't judge it here, so it's safe. It's a safe place to send in your cards. But we do love to hear from you. We have had kids do it. We've had very senior citizens do it. You're all very welcome. Even the host is kind of senior these days. And so you can make each one of those parameters how much involvement you want it on the card. You can make it the focal point, or you can make it a small detail. You can quietly include it like a front door just on a teeny tiny background in the landscape, or it can be the prominent feature. See how it works? Yeah, I think you're starting to see it. It needs to be handcrafted, and it needs to be family friendly, so I don't blush when I see it in the galleries. Oh my. So, you have any questions on that? One card per person. All right, you got a few minutes. You want to see a zoyfold?
Yes.
Okay. This is a card during a member show.
You have paper cam.
Thank you. This is a card that during a member show we saw on somebody's entry. This is what Carwin was playing around with. I keep my little, and it's a combination of two folds. And so a Z fold is one of them. So a Z fold would just be a regular A2 or whatever size card, and then the front panel folds back.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure there's things you can do with this one as well. And then the zoyfold comes in as a joyfold card, but it's on a Z fold. I'm just going to take a randomly sized piece of cardstock here. And a joyfold card is a small card that the fold is on the opposite side of the original card side fold. And so you've got, this would probably have a panel over it. I'll just stick it down. It'll be
Hold up you'll want to hold up
I
both.
wondered where that little butterfly went.
I was going to say, you want to show a top down of the fold.
Yep, I'm going to stick it on so that it doesn't flap around. Okie doke. I should have done a different color. So we have the regular A2 size card or whatever card size you want. You fold it. You've got the fold on the left. You bring the top back over to, this is what I would do. You could probably change it, but back over to the fold. And then you add a little fold of a card so that it fits on top. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And this can be different sizes too. It could be different shapes. It's really not, it's not going to be real hard. But you can think of, like, if you want a focal point on something like this,
right,
and then you can use pretty papers on the other panels. So you don't have to worry too much about, somebody's going to say, I'm going to make this the front door. And then this is going to be a house kind of thing. Or even a mouse house. You could have something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that is the essence of a zoyfold. Since Hat Trick and I made it up, I think that's pretty much what it is. So, is it okay? Are you okay with it?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. So, elegant colors, front door, and 3 circles. Let's talk about those things. What do you think of? So, if you had a string of lights, you like a lot of different colors, I'm thinking. How about elegant colors? What do you think of with that?
I guess when I think of elegant colors, I kind of think of winter colors. I think of the navy blues. I think of like the deeper Christmas reds that are more like burgundy. I think of dark piney greens, maybe
Kinda
gold,
jewel.
maybe something a little shiny. I guess I tend to think of elegant colors as more subdued. Even black, I think of as like the most elegant color on a card.
That little
I
black
love
dress.
cards. Yeah. So that's where my mind is headed, is darker, more wintry tones.
Jewel tones. Do you use a lot of pattern paper or?
I don't. I use it very judiciously. I do use it. I don't use it on every card. And part of that is, like we were talking about before, I get one that's really pretty and I'm like, well, obviously I can't use this.
Obviously.
Pretty. But I do have a lot to choose from.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So elegant colors. I'm thinking jewel tones, and I like your idea of a touch of gold or even gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Front door. Are you thinking literally the front door of a house or a building?
I thought about my front door, and my front door has a wreath on it right now that I love. And it also has, in addition to a wreath obviously being a circle, it has some other little circles in it that have kind of made it's like spinning in my mind about as a front door element.
Berry. Hello,
It's
Kitty.
white. It's a white berry wreath. You've probably seen it. It's like from Crate and Barrel. It's something that was all over the internet at one point. And it's really pretty and it's lasted forever. So I have a black front door and I have this white wreath with these white berries that
Sounds elegant.
It does sound elegant.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds like you could just go take a picture of your front door and be done.
Just, print it out. I'm done.
Well, that's good. Yeah, but we don't have to do the front door. Like you can do a wreath and say it's on a front door.
Or an abstract. I'm thinking an abstract inspired by a wreath.
I'm trying to see if there's anything in the chatterbox. Jewel tones, but Team Purple, Team Purple's going to get to
the very elegant. I mean, back from the beginning of human history, that's an elegant color.
But they didn't have purple paint for a long time, so it wasn't. Yeah. Jewel tones, a wreath. They're liking that idea. Vellum or a window. You could even have a little bit of a window.
Oh, like you have a glass front door. Or that's a good idea.
You could even have a glass front door with somebody looking out. Or somebody looking in.
Yeah, for me, it would be like my possum or my squirrel looking in, wondering where their food is.
Yeah, there you go. Buildings, a front door on an igloo. That's a good idea. There's different kinds of houses too that have doors.
Or like those modern stamps, like the skyline stamps.
With just
that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Birdhouse. Peek holes into a mouse house. Yeah. Yeah, you could do something really cute with just a hole on your zoyfold, and then inside you could have a little mouse house.
I like it.
Yeah, that would be charming. That's what Disney would do.
Totally.
Yeah. If you have a traditional front door, you could have a doorbell for a circle, a window for a circle, and a doorknob for a circle. So, front door of a camper. That's another good one.
Oh, a camper. That's a cute idea.
Doggy door. That's a great one, too. You guys are good. Front door is a country song. Well, hot dog. 3 snowballs on a snowman house. looking out the window. Okay, there's all sorts of things, all sorts of ways you can take this. I think we're going to be okay. A gnome house. Mm-hmm. Shut the front door. You could use it in a sentiment. Shut the front door. It's your birthday. Is there anything like that? I don't know. And then 3 circles. You could, you can do. You could do what is it? Bokeh? Bokeh?
Oh yeah, bokeh.
You could do some circles with that.
Yeah, with the stencil.
Splatters on ink, distress inks.
Mm-hmm.
Those could be circles. All right. Okay.
I like that.
I've got too many ideas and I don't know which way to go. But we'll figure it out. We will. How are you feeling? You doing okay? You think you got enough to work with?
I do.
Your front door. Well, shut the front door. Let's get this show going, shall we?
Okay.
We'll be right back. Well done, Chatterbox. Take it away, Mr. Producer, and we'll be right back. Lydia. Woo! What is in review? In review, our craft roulette. On Wednesdays, tune in, don't forget. 3 acts await each night anew, with fun and creativity just for you. Act 1, Mail Call, a joy to see. Your lovely letters sent with glee. Snail mail shared with hearts so true. Your crafty spirit shining through. Act 2, Card Showcase, a deep dive. Random picks that come alive. Discussing love for each design. Crafted cards that truly shine. Act 3, Whodunit Game, Detective's Call. Catch Miss Mary in her crafty thrall. A mystery unfolds, a clue to chase. Find the card she tries to case. Guess the crafter, be quick, be smart. Reveal the one who played their part. In live chat, declare your clue. Solve the case and win a prize, too. Live on air with Mary Gun Fun. Crafting joy for everyone. Join us live, be part of the show. In review, where creativity flows. Craft Roulette, a fun-filled sight. Wednesdays await with crafty delight. Subscribe now, don't delay. In review, a crafty play. Send your mail, crack the case. In our world, joy finds its place. Join the fun. Let's craft together for happily ever after, now and forever. Well, have you all been rushing to your stuff to get figure out what you're going to do with dog and or not dog, I'm doing dog, black, or what is this, elegant and all those kind of things. I'm going to do a dog house, and it's going to be for a very elegant, fancy dog. And he's going to live in a very, very fancy house. It's going to have gold trim if I can find some gold paper. And the whole card will feel very fancy. I think it'll be fun. I've already got my zoyfold. If you missed that part, a zoyfold is a hybrid between a Z-fold, there's the Z-fold, and a joyfold, which is this little guy that goes over the top of it, a miniature card that goes on top. So let's see what we can do. Patty's going to bed. All right, girl. Let me know how you do. All right. We'll all be waiting for your card. She's got to get some rest so she can make her card before she gets surgery. She is not one to want to miss a week. So this paper, I just got it. It's a little thicker than I'm used to. I usually buy pretty cheap cardstock. And this one's a little thicker. And it kind of cracked a little bit. I guess lesson learned, I should score it. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So last week we had Disney colors. And so we had a variety of like princesses and Mickey Mouse and all that. This week we have elegant. You can't prepare for this. You just can't. I'm going to make my own doghouse, I think. She says, I just need to know how big this is. And then we'll see if it's an elegant house or not. Maybe less elegant than I planned. So if I make it here to here will be the roof. We'll make it a little bit in here. Yeah, and then we're going to put a lot of black on it. I brought these over because I thought, well, maybe a little bit of pattern might be good. I found this really fancy piece of cardstock glitter stuff that looks very elegant. And another little piece of glittery elegance that might just be stripped down to, I think that's from your Paper Insider. This is something I might just make half of and use it for the roof. Whoa, Vegas baby. Okay. I don't know. There's no rules on this except for those few things. How are you guys doing? A barn with a front door. A lighthouse has a front door. Oh yeah. Just need to think outside the front door. Yeah, the regular house. Oh, I like it. Good. We do have some questions for Miss Lydia here in a little bit when she comes back. I think she's getting all ready for us. Oh, I know. You're right, Sylvia Torres. I said my word of the year is fancy, which is like really fancy to me is peanut butter and jelly with crunchy peanut butter. So I'm pretty simple. But so yes, this will be fancy. You know, you could do even another fold. You could put a top folding card inside here. And Irene, what would that be called? I don't even know. So poor Lydia didn't want any fancy fold, and we gave her one that's a double fancy. She's gonna be fine.
You're back.
She's back.
Hello, everyone. I went and found my rodents.
What are they missing?
And I'm going to modify my little rodent.
You're good at modifying.
I'm going to try. We're going to see how it goes. And I'm going to see if I can ask. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can figure out this this fold you gave me.
Okay, let me walk you through it. So you have an A2 size?
I have an A2 size, so I'll do it landscape, and then I'll just fold this little sucker back. So that's 5.5. So that would be 2 3/4, right?
Yes,
to fold it back. Well, I'm committed now.
That would be math.
That would be math. You didn't. That was also not in the terms and conditions. Just so you know. Just so y'all know, it's not in the terms and conditions.
We have that really small print.
We have our own terms and conditions for the audience for math used on the show. I just put it in chat.
Scroll down.
Math is more art than science on this channel. Use it at your own risk.
Oh my gosh. The trickery. The sheer trickery.
I know. We're tricky like that. We haven't gotten any less tricky either.
No. What would this be? So I'll have to do some kind of rough measuring here.
Yeah. Measuring?
I know. What is that?
Measuring. I don't know. I can't help you. You're on your own here.
Let's see. What would that be? That would be about 3 3/4 ish. We'll try that.
Basic doghouse.
Yeah. What are you making?
Well, I have a pedigree dog here, and he's going to have a fancy house.
He's going to have a fancy what?
He's going to have a fancy doghouse.
Aw. Little buddy.
I know. I think
Got
he has
it.
a Scottish accent. I'm not sure.
Well, nobody can resist a Scottish accent, right?
No, it cannot be done. Oh, there's a nice piece of fancy. In our Facebook group, there's a nice piece of fancy. I modeled a lovely pair of fingerless gloves that were hand knit for
Wow.
Yes, by a lady in Scotland.
Wow.
I know.
They have all the good wool over there because it's so cold.
Yeah, it was really nice. Well,
In
there's a
New
lot of
Zealand,
sheep.
they have great wool too.
I'm sorry?
I said in New Zealand, they have great wool too. We went to lots of places that had amazing wool.
So where were you traveling all around? What was the occasion or?
My dad was getting an honorary degree from QUT, which is in Brisbane. And so my husband and my dad and I went and we stayed 10 days in Brisbane, which is my favorite city on earth. Like it completely felt like home. And then we went to New Zealand for, I can't remember how long. We went to Rotorua and Auckland, and it was just amazing. It was such a great trip. Both of those countries are so magical, and the people are fantastic.
That's for you guys that contribute from New Zealand. We have quite a few.
Oh my gosh, it was such a great place. And for anybody who struggles with a Scottish accent, I will say a New Zealand accent is hard for Americans to understand. I was trying like for 10 minutes to order an iced tea in a restaurant, and I think we were in Auckland. And she ended up just bringing me a Pepsi. She's just like, I don't know what you're saying. So this is what you get. And it was hilarious. She was so funny.
So is it the New Zealand accent that's hard to understand, or is it the American accent for the New Zealanders?
No, it's probably both, honestly. Probably both. So yeah, because the Australian accent was very easy to understand. We had traveled there in 2001. It was in February of 2001, and of course it's a long flight. It took like 36 hours total to get there because we had a 12-hour layover in LA. And there was such bad turbulence over Hawaii, and of course my husband and my dad were sound asleep, and it was 3 a.m, and I was terrified. And a male flight attendant came by, and he said, are you okay? And I was like, no, I am not okay. I don't like this. And he said, come here, follow me. And we're on this 747, right? And
takes a lot of turbulence to rock one of those.
Yeah, it was bad. It's called clear air turbulence, which I guess is really common over Hawaii. And he took me up to the cockpit, and I sat in the cockpit of a 747 for 45 minutes with these 2 Australian pilots. This was on Qantas, and they were having tea out of real teacups, like China. And they told me all about it was an election year for them. And they have this crazy election system. So they told me all about that. And they told me all about this plane that we were on. And they're like, really, nothing can happen. You know, turbulence happens. It's fine. One of the pilots said, you could really fly this thing with no wings. And I was like, how about you just stop talking? You're not really making it better. But they were really, really nice. And it was so weird because that would never happen now. They would never just let a civilian in the cockpit. So it was really neat.
No.
And I saw the Southern Cross from the cockpit. The windshield is so clear on airplanes. And I saw the Southern Cross from there. So it was a great experience.
Wow. Very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique. Well, good. That's wonderful. I've never heard such a story. Now, if I didn't know you, I'd almost say that was a bunch of made up stuff. Are you?
I know, but I've got
unusual.
witnesses, man.
But that's really good.
Well, what happens when you're as old as me, I'm really old, is you have a lot more stories than all you young people out there.
I know.
So.
We're full of them. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Get us started too, and it just goes and does another one. So, did you see Michelle Lupton when you were in Australia?
I didn't. It was before I knew Michelle Lupton. Now I'm sad. Now I'm real sad.
Oh.
But she's in she's not in Queensland. She's in Melbourne, I think.
Melbourne.
Because I told her I had heard all about the Melbourne CBD, which they call them the central business districts over there. And I was like, I am very familiar with the Melbourne CBD because of true crime. Because y'all have a lot of crime over there in the Melbourne CBD.
Oh dear.
No, it's just that I listen to a lot of Australian podcasts, so yeah, but I didn't know her then. That was forever.
Does that help you to not be afraid because it's so far away?
I don't.
It would help me.
I don't get afraid when I listen to true crime podcasts at all. It's like more about like understanding people's motivations. And I also really love trials and court cases. Like I love to I listen to trials while I work. And I've learned so much about the law, and it's just fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So it doesn't scare me.
Okay. It would that's not gonna work. It would intimidate me and make me nervous. But I get nervous in the sound of music, so I am not a real good example of bravery.
I am going to tell you what I'm doing because it probably seems crazy. I'm making Swiss cheese.
I was gonna guess that was Swiss cheese, actually.
Yeah. I'm making
because you're gonna do rodents.
Yep, it's gonna be like a Halloween / mouse card.
Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween. It's always Halloween at my house.
Oh, okay. All right.
And black is my elegant color because Halloween.
Well, you're going to work it together really well.
And see, you can, my video looks frozen. Does it look frozen to everybody else?
You're fine.
Okay. You can, with this kind of fold, you can make your little Swiss cheese holes perfect when it's folded.
Ooh, look at you, master the
with my DIY stencil.
Golly. I did a DIY right angle mask this week. Just this week.
Ooh, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Like a little corner that you could stencil.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
You just never know. Sometimes you need that.
Yep. Just the basic geometric shapes are so useful.
They really are. Like the whole world is built on them. Kind of like the atom.
Exactly.
Chocolate.
What did you say about chocolate?
So I have a grandson now. He's adorable. He's almost 10 months old.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thanks. And his name is JD. Well, there is a sub game that goes on with Craft Roulette. And whenever I say JD, they eat chocolate.
Oh.
And so after we start crafting, they start getting hungry.
Yeah,
So,
it happens to the best of us.
okay, I got something here. I think you might be able to see this if I hold it up. Got the cutest darn thing. Where is it? JD was out in the snow today. And he doesn't walk, he crawls. So there he is out in the snow crawling around.
Oh my gosh. With his little
bear
ear
hat.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's worth a whole
is
chocolate
so
bar right there.
cute. I think so too.
His little
Look at
snowsuit
that.
undeterred.
That's so cute. Wow.
there you
He's
go.
just going to town.
He's very
He's
driven.
like no schmo.
That's right. Well, it was pretty darn cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it okay?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can see it fine. How's that? Is that better? Okay. No. Okay.
I did double check to make sure he had mittens on, and he did.
I was gonna say, like in a Christmas Story.
That's right. I was like, can he bend? I don't know. It's good.
Right. Oops. Oh, I almost just lost the whole shooting match there.
That was a very Texas thing to say.
Yeah, it's hard. That's hard to turn off. That's
The whole
just fact.
shooting match. Do you fix
Shooting
to get ready?
Oh yeah, I always am fixing to do something.
That's good talk. And then you get a Pepsi.
Yeah. Then you get a Pepsi.
Idioms. I don't know if other languages have as many idioms as English. They probably do. But English idioms can be so misleading.
English is a tough language to learn. I wouldn't want to learn it as a non-native speaker for sure. My master's degree is in Slavic linguistics, so I studied Russian and Czech for 6 years.
Good.
And they are so much easier than English. So much easier. It's not even funny. Simpler grammar, phonetic pronunciation. Yeah, our grammar is just insane. Y'all know May Park, right?
No.
She works for Altenew.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's Korean, and so, she had to learn English as a second language. And when she was, she's always studying, always trying to make herself better. She's just an amazing person. But so she would ask me questions about English, and they were these great questions. She's like, okay, why is this like this? And I would sit there and think about it. I'm like, oh my God, English is terrible.
It is not
I
intuitive.
hate to even have to explain this to you because it doesn't make any sense.
OUGH, anyone? I mean,
right.
Beyond that, we have to talk. It just sets it up right there. OUGH has how many sounds? 5?
It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. And then how about read and read and all of that? It's too much. It's too much for a person.
Yeah,
I'm just glad.
If you know English as your second language, you must be pretty smart somehow or other.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, you're at a huge Spanish with English. I've heard that Chinese is also very hard, but I can't imagine that their grammar is as random and weird as ours is. So sorry to everybody who's had to learn English. My apologies. What is
It's
that?
a bear.
Yeah. Oh, I see your little dog. He's so cute. What is that, a Scotty? What kind of dog is that?
I think so.
That's so
I kind of
cute.
think he's a little Scotty. Put some
Okay.
black circles on here. My mind is wondering about what I should do for all my circles.
Oh, you're doing black. I like
I
it.
am. I like it too. I always go with the winner, and I figure my guests always know what they're talking about more than I do, so I just go with it. If they say black, I go, okay, that sounds good. I'm comfortable with that. I do have a black. I have some black and gray circle paper. I'm gonna.
Let's see.
I could put a little of this somewhere, and then I wouldn't have to worry about any circles. I could put it right in here, and then you wouldn't even necessarily be distracted. Okay, we're good. We're good. We got the circles. Check. I got the front door of my doghouse. My zoyfold is coming together. I'm going elegant with the little black dress and the red lipstick.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go cut some paper. Hang on.
You bet. How fancy this is. Cut this little guy out. I don't like this white. It needs to be fancy. It is not fancy enough. Yeah, this really. I have to bring these stripes in somehow. This shiny black patent leather stuff. I don't think I have enough of this fancy paper to go in back. Dilemmas. But that it would be pretty on it. Ooh, that might be pretty to put some of my fancy pants paper.
I mean, that's just fun to say, fancy pants.
I know. My fancy pants paper.
Mm-hmm.
Works.
Okay, let's see. I don't even have to do math. I'm just winging it. How about that for $1?
That's my kind of girl.
That is my favorite, is winging it.
So if you're really good at languages, apparently you are, are you also good at math?
I am good at math.
She does it all.
The only thing I'm not good at is so weird. Like, I loved algebra. Algebra was my favorite. It was the best. I am not good at geometry, which is crazy for a card maker, but I'm just not. Like, I'm talking about like the actual geometry where you're doing problems. I just was never good at it.
Mm-hmm. No, not digging the proofs, huh? Who
Yeah,
wants to proof
I
a
don't
card?
know.
This is why I did it this way. Oh.
But I
How about
love
pool?
logic.
Can you shoot
I
pool?
love algebra. It's all good, but man, those triangles, and I'm out.
Rather solve for X.
Yeah, I would much rather solve for X. And it's funny because that is something that, like, you do in real life, or I do in real life all the time at work. I'm constantly using algebra, but I've never used geometry.
You shoot pool?
Not a single time. What?
You shoot pool?
I do.
Geometry.
I love pool.
Practical geometry.
That's true. It is practical geometry, but it's also a little bit of physics.
You're beyond me. I understand how a plant breathes. And I, at one point, could draw the Krebs cycle, but I hear that there are 2 new steps in the Krebs cycle, so I'm out of date on that one.
Come on now, what are they doing adding steps?
I don't know.
That's
being all
dirty
fancy
pool.
pants with their science.
That is dirty pool right there.
Ooh, there's some pretty shiny, fancy things. Elegant.
Oh, I like the silver.
Thanks. I think he lives in a very fancy place. Now, if I were really good and wanted an interactive, I would make that open and then you could see inside, but I'm not. Not really.
Well, I think once you've done your fold, like you can say you've done your best. You're done.
Do. Put some fancy little circles on here. I've got my black patent leather paper to do some elegant stripes.
That's really, yours is really elegant. I don't think mine is quite as elegant as yours.
Well, it's hard to level up a mouse, you know? Or a rodent. It's just by nature.
They're commoners.
They are. Ahoy polloi. The
They're not as fancy as like the unicorns or the sloths even. The sloths are probably a little more royal even than my little mice. But I am going to turn my little Thanksgiving mouse into a Halloween mouse.
We'll see. That levels him up. Not quite. He probably won't be quite bougie.
No, he's not going to be bougie. I just don't think you can get to bougie with a mouse.
It would take a lot of rhinestones.
It would.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, I love that.
I think you can handle it. I think you can handle anything.
I hope you're right.
Oh, I know. I'm not often right, but I know I'm right on this one. Irene Smith, member Irene Smith, asked, we call her Hat Trick, by the way, in terms of tools, products, or techniques, what is an industry constant you have found I'm sorry, I can't read. You have found across your many years of crafting. I'm sure that's with all due respect. And what do you think has experienced the most significant change in the tools, products, and techniques? You have seen it all.
Wow.
You go back to embossing with a hot iron. What did you use?
Yeah,
stove?
I did it on a gas stove. Yeah. A constant. That is a really interesting question, actually. That is an excellent question. You get extra points for such a good question. I would have to say that the 2 most constant things since the late 1900s, when I started stamping, are heat embossing and what in the world? It just completely went out of my head. Heat embossing and dry embossing. So whether that's back before we had embossing folders, we were using the metal templates with styluses to raise portions. Yeah, and a light box to raise, parts of our cardstock. That was very, very popular. And I still think those 2 things, heat embossing and now we have embossing folders. We would even do it just with a bone folder, just embossing stripes into something. So I would say those 2 things are the most constant things that people really love. They never seem to stop loving those 2 techniques. And so I would say those 2. And in terms of change, I don't think there's anything that's changed the stamping industry as much as the MISTI, probably. I know there's nothing that's changed my stamping as much as the MISTI, just the amount of waste that used to be present in stamping with poor images and that kind of thing. It's crazy that that's just gone now. And then there are all kinds of techniques that go with that as well.
That's been fun.
And then personal die cutting, because before the MISTI was invented, I think that was the most groundbreaking development in paper crafting that there ever has been. All of us, I used to have to go, for all you young people, gather around. I know it's not your bedtime yet. I used to have to go to my local scrapbook store, and it was a scrapbook store. It was not a stamping store. And I used to have to rent time on this big giant Sizzix machine with these huge giant Ellison dies that were meant for teachers. And you would rent time. So you'd pay, X per hour to use their dies and do all your die cutting, and then go home and use your die cuts on whatever you were going to use them on. And that's the olden days of die cutting. And it was that way for a very long time, until 2009 was the first time that I got a personal die cutting machine.
Did you get like the Cricut, or was it?
No,
like
I got
Sizzix big.
Yeah, that's a good point. I got the Big Shot. I never was into electronic cutters, and I still am not. I don't find anything digital fun. Because I do it for work. I've always had like digital kind of jobs. And so that's not fun to me. It's not relaxing. So I never got into Cricut. And I went straight to the Big Shot. And I mean, it just changed everything about crafting for me. And then of course it changed the techniques. I remember when Jennifer McGuire came up with, or actually I think it was one of the Spellbinders girls. Maybe it was even Beata, came up with partial die cutting, where you could make a shape hang off the edge by just running it part of the way through your Big Shot. And that was such a revolution. That was such like the Fosbury flop of die cutting. It's really interesting. So
Lydia,
I don't know.
There's discussion in the chat about what your ring says.
Oh, this is so perfect because I'm making a Halloween card. It says Solitary Witch. Can you see that? I got this forever ago on Etsy at Halloween, and it's such a pretty, I love silver jewelry. That's my favorite. I don't wear gold jewelry. And I got it at Halloween, and I've just like never stopped wearing it because it's so pretty, and I love that it's like a big chunky. Yeah. And it fits so perfectly. It's like one of those rare times that you buy something online and it fits so well. But the Etsy Halloween jewelry selection is amazing. It always has been. So I always get on there and I get something. I have a little bat ring too that I just love that I got there. It's Halloween all year here at Casa Lydia. Yeah. It's always Halloween. Okay, I have to run get some gold foil cardstock. Hang on 1 second.
Oof, yeah. I went silver. But I went silver, I think. There's two really good reasons. One, I couldn't find my gold. And because I had this really pretty little piece of fancy pants paper there. But I don't, I think I've got that in some happy mail. And I apologize, I don't recall where it came from. So what do you guys think of the zoyfold? Does it scare you? You happy about it? Gonna run with it? Are you gonna alter it?
Is somebody scared?
Well, I always worry that somebody might be afraid of the cut of the fold when it's very specific. And this is different. I don't want anybody to be afraid.
I hope nobody's scared.
Dive right in.
I mean, I haven't even told a scary story or anything.
Daryl Bradley says it's cool. It's different. Looking forward to try it, Deborah says. Do not fear the fold, Gretchen says. Gretchen, I'm looking forward to seeing you in July. Rosie Rose, that is a good attitude. She says, definitely not a fan, but I'll survive. Don't let the zoyfold put you under. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know what he needs a little something there. I will
feel like I
figure
need
it
to
out.
trim this
I don't have
down.
be a little golden bowl. Except I couldn't find my gold. Be a little silver bowl. Silver bowls with a little bone. I could do this. Voila, un bowl for. I don't know his name. Steven, you want to name this dog? You're good at names.
I mean, the obvious one is Scotty, but you can't go with that.
No, maybe Kirk for Captain Kirk.
I like that.
Yeah, you need
Ghost Captain.
Jacques.
Jock comes to mind too, yeah.
I like Jacques.
Frere is completely name.
do a little more trimming.
Jacques Kirk. Captain. Patrick, that was a really good question. Provocative. Got some good answers.
Sir Barkington.
Sir
I
who?
like it.
Sir Barkington.
Got some little white bones in here. I know I do. Ooh, that's not good. That needs some attention. He should have a diamond, I think, somewhere. But you get your cutting done?
I did. It feels like something's a little bit off. Let's see if that fixes it up. Seems like it's a little wonky. I think that fixed it. So now I have got my elegant colors on the outside
You're doing great.
and not just the inside.
Act like you've made a couple cards. How many cards do you suppose you've made over the millennia?
That's a great question. I could probably look on my blog, but it's easily in the thousands. Easily, because I blog and I make videos and I make catalog cards for Hero Arts, and I'll tell you one thing I don't do. I don't make multiples of cards. I've never enjoyed that, so I don't sit down and make 10 of something. I never really liked swapping for that reason. So I don't do that, but I do blog and make videos quite a bit. So yeah, thousands, because it might even be more than just a few thousand, because I
would guess even higher. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been on Split Coast since 2004, and I used to make like 5 cards per blog post, like an insane person, just because everything was so new back then. And now it's really just like 1 card per blog post, because my cards take so much longer now too.
Yeah, they used to be very simple.
Yeah, but it's hundreds and hundreds a year for sure. I kind of like this little fold. I'm not gonna lie.
Good.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, don't fear the fold.
I'm gonna fear the fold. I like it. I like it. So now we're gonna do a little alteration here. Uh-oh, I've got a cat creeping on me. Splotchy, what are you doing? I'm just gonna take his little pilgrim hat and I'm gonna turn it into a witch hat. just with a little point before I color it in. I love modifying stamps. That's one of my favorite things to do.
It is fun. It's a nice starting place. Then you can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to come up with a... It's not the blank canvas problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Somebody else has faced that blank piece of paper or iPad and whatever they work on. Do you ever design stuff? I
have, yeah. I have. I've done a couple of stamp sets. A couple of dies. I did a real cute little felt die ages ago. I've done a couple stamps. Did a stamp of my little cat, Maddie, for a pet rescue called A Place to Bark that used to be by Bernie Berlin. She was a mixed media artist in the craft industry. And Claudine Helmuth and Susie Blue and I all designed a little stamp as a fundraiser for her. I still have that little stamp. Grab some markers.
People in the chat are also saying Hamish would be a good name. I know you'd like that.
It's one of my favorite names.
What's your favorite thing?
Hamish is one of my favorite names.
Oh, yeah, I love the name Hamish. I love it.
Good Scottish name.
Yeah, it sounds very BBC mystery program.
Well, there was one. There was one called Hamish Macbeth, and he was a Highlander cop.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You would have liked it. I don't know where it is, if you can find it anymore. But it had
I'll have to look it up.
Kind of funny things going on. Like this one guy, whenever he smelled pomade, he knew his death was near. He was real cute,
That's
too.
Hilarious.
Hamish was real cute.
That is hilarious.
It's kind of goofy, but I liked it. It's an old one.
Splotchy apparently feels like participating.
Good to have her. What does she think? She?
Yes, she. I call him he, but he's a she. It's complicated.
Relationships can be that way.
We thought he was a boy. They were so little. Somebody tossed him out on a street when they were 3 weeks old. So they were so little.
Oh, that's really young. Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out. We thought that he was a boy, and we thought that Maddie was a girl. And it turns out we were wrong about even the vet got it wrong. And so yeah, so by the time that we figured out that he was a girl, we had already been in the habit of calling him he. So we couldn't change it. So we've always called him he, and then everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you have a male tortie?" And I'm like, "No, but I don't have time for this story."
Just go watch episode 248. Now you have a reference point.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny.
It does.
Oh, yeah. They are sisters.
That 3 weeks is really young. Did you have to bottle feed them?
No, I thought I was going to have to. And they were so hungry. The poor little things, right when we brought them home, they just wolfed down cat food out of a can. They were just starving. So I never did bottle feed them. They just started eating, kitten food from day one.
Well, they
Crazy.
were precocious.
They were. Weren't you, buddy? He's definitely a talker. That is no lie. Let's
They still wake
see.
you up in the middle of the night?
Oh, yeah.
Or early morning, rather? By
Yeah,
walking
they
on your
like-
face. Wasn't that it?
Yeah, they like to just go crazy and just bounce off the walls at 4 a.m. I'm not really sure why.
Better your
And then
house
they
than
come in my
mine.
office and just sleep like little jerks
Yeah.
after they wake me up. It's so rude.
It's pretty rude.
It's so rude.
I don't have
I don't
any
know if
answers
you're-
for you.
If your kitty does that or not.
He does sleep a lot. He's got real strong habits. So to break them is kind of hard, but he comes in a lot in the morning, but I have a little squirt bottle. I never hit him, but he knows
Right.
it's water.
It's
And
just
if he
the
comes in
general
and starts
direction.
yelling, I just kind of squirt a little bit, and he's quit now. So hopefully, I have no qualms about doing it again. Because it's really just annoying.
Yeah, exactly. I know it is. It is. It really is. All of a sudden, my glue doesn't feel like working. I don't know what's going on.
Glue. So I
Maybe
could put
because-
his Hamish. I could put his name right there.
Mm-hmm.
Write it small enough with a silver pen.
Are you looking for a sentiment?
Hamish. I'm
Like
just going
it.
to use his name.
Like it
Another
a
good
lot.
one that was in chat was Laddie, but I know Hamish is a
Hamish is a
Hamish is a
layup
favorite. I love these magnets. Do you have these magnets you can just weight stuff down
one.
with?
Do. I like them
Love
very
them
much. Have you gotten the
so
big ones?
much. No, I just now saw those. I didn't know those existed, and Ileana told me about them, and I was like, "Why don't I have these?"
They you can work your abs. You can work your core pulling those
Yeah.
things up because they've got some heft to their pole. And then there's this little, and I haven't used this very well, but there's this little. It's also a very strong magnet. A little.
Oh wow!
ruling
With a
thing.
ruler?
And it's got a little grip on it, so you can get underneath it and pick it up.
Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
Who makes that?
Glassboard.
Glassboard Studio.
Oh, it is Glassboard.
And they also
Nice.
have this size magnet. So if you want something little, it has, you know,
Yeah.
because they're not always little circles that you need.
Yeah, I would love those big ones. I'm gonna have to order those. I saw the
Yeah.
ones from Tailored Expressions.
I didn't see those.
And
But
I
I
was
already had
like,
these, so I probably wasn't looking.
Yeah. Glassboard they're the queen of magnets.
They are good.
They are good.
You know, we have this. Okay, let me see if I can zoom out so you can see it. Nope. We have
I love your
we
dog
had
house.
glass boards that have our super glue guys and the wheel in the corners.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. And
I love that they do the custom.
Uh-huh.
That's so fun.
And they donated several of them for as spin sponsor items.
Oh,
And
nice.
We did.
You
We-
should zoom back in.
We didn't act fast enough.
Uh-oh.
No, what happened
What
was
happened? I don't remember.
we didn't think through the consequences of our actions, and the very first winner of the Glassboard was in New Zealand.
Oh, oopsie.
Yeah,
And
but
so,
we sent it to her.
so we paid for shipping and sent it to her, and it got there in whatever shipping they used was really good. It got there in a couple days.
Wow.
Yeah, it must have been air. But then we had to put a little bit of a caveat.
This
on
one
those
gets
giveaways.
to the United States, y'all.
Yeah, because those are very difficult to ship. It's amazing that they can even do it, but Splotchy, calm down.
I think they split. I'm not sure. They didn't tell us. I think they split. We offered to pay for the whole thing, but I think they might have split the shipping with us.
Oh, that's nice.
They've been awesome.
They've been really great to work.
They're great. I love them so much.
They're a family-owned company.
Yeah, and their service is great, and their products are just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Super Chats did help with shipping.
Aw, that's sweet. Y'all are so good.
Yep. Come on. Open up. Open up. Don't be shy. Word out. Yes, I haven't paid enough attention to you lately, and you got all jammed up. There we go. But I want a shiny nose. Shiny eyeballs.
I love the silver on the doghouse, though.
Well, he's very
Oh, you're giving him
posh.
clear, shiny eyes. That's
Yes.
so cute.
Yeah. He deserves it. He couldn't live in this fancy a place without shiny eyes.
His
That's just
bougie
like-
doghouse.
I'll have to put another card inside so you can write on it, but it'll be probably
Yeah, that's what I was
zoyfold
thinking
size.
too. Yeah, I was thinking I might put one right there.
Zoyfold size. You can also do like surprises on that side. Look at yours.
Yeah, for sure.
So cute from our bitch.
I'm not sure, Belinda. She's asking about the custom. If you have to contact somebody, they contacted us, and so they said we want to do a craft roulette board. I said that's fine, but you have to do them for our people too. You have to do them as a giveaway. And they said okay. And we're like, great.
Yeah, you can go just order one. There's an option on their website for a custom one, and then you just upload your artwork, and then they will make it for you. It's amazing.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. So if you're a blogger or you make videos or whatever, and you want to have your brand on there, it's a great way to do it.
Now you've got yours done, I think. How will you,
I
Cindy
do.
Grow asks, how do you take pictures of your card? So you're going to take a picture of that and send it to our gallery. So how do you do that? Do you stage it, or what do you do?
I'm not a stager, but I have it's called a foldio. It was like all the rage. It may even have been, it was like in the teens ish, and it's a foldable white box that has LED lights attached in it. And it also has a photo app that even if you don't have the foldio, the photo app for photo editing is incredible. It's one of the best photo apps I've ever used. But I actually shoot with a 35mm camera straight down into the foldio. And then what I do is I erase I just shoot onto cardstock, like for this card, since it's black, I'll shoot onto a piece of white cardstock. And then I just remove the background in Photoshop, and I put in one of my photo backgrounds, like wood or, glass, or I have like little Valentine's themed one and stuff. So I just put those images in the background. And that's how I do my cards. I've never been good at like just staging random product. For one thing, I don't like to have stuff that I don't use. So I don't have like beads sitting around or whatever. And all my stuff that I use is well loved. Like you can see I've got ink all over this. So I can't like put this in a photo and have it look nice.
It's a tool, not a jewel.
It's a tool, not a jewel. Exactly. I love that. That's exactly how I view my stuff. So
yeah. I don't display it.
Yeah.
Or pretty. Yeah.
Nope. Me neither.
Is that
I
crazy?
use it.
Shoot. Well, the wind came up and made that little Hamish a little crooked. But that's,
It happens. That's so cute.
I
It's
know that I
adorable.
did it. I do. Oh, Jay Thomas has a real quick question. I have one other question
Sure.
he's saying out, but he says he's a newish crafter, and he is fairly new. But he was on our community showcase because he does a lot of videos of his craft roulette cards. And so
nice.
we had him on our community showcase last weekend. But he says, as a newish crafter, I've loved the Split Coast Stampers tutorials. I'm real
Yes.
curious about the history of the group and how you got involved with it. So, do you have a
Oh,
bird's eye view
that's a
of that?
yeah, that's a great question. So it was
Mhm.
started in I think I joined in 2004. It started shortly before that, and it started originally as a group. The founder's wife was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and
Mhm.
he was an IT person, and so he started the website for his wife's Stampin' Up! Group, and it just grew like crazy. So because there, like I said, there wasn't social media at the time. There was nowhere to share your cards online prior to Split Coast Stampers. So they opened it up to everybody. And I got involved very, very early on and was posting in the gallery. They have a design team called the Dirty Dozen that, like I said, that launched like Julie Ebersole and all these designers that became super huge because they were sharing on Split Coast, and they were the earliest bloggers, like back when we had to pay for bandwidth on our blogs, and that kind of thing. And so these were some of the earliest bloggers. And so that's why they became some of the biggest designers, was because they were digital so early. And then, so I volunteered. I did their social media for a long time for free. And then when they got purchased by Internet Brands, which is a big company out of California, they own WebMD and all these other big websites. When they got purchased, the person who was the community manager then left the company and asked me if I wanted that job, since I had been working with them. So I was like, yes. So, and then Lori was there. I'm sure y'all know Lori Craig. Beata Johns at
She's
that time
coming
was,
on, by the way.
Lori is? Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
in 2 weeks.
She's so good.
You'll
And
have to
she was there from the beginning. Yeah, she was there really, really early. And then Beata Johns did our creative for a long time. And after she left, Dina Kowal she was our artist in residence and still answers all the questions in the newsletter.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I'm
stuck there with it. That's amazing.
Yeah. It's just, and a lot of people who are there have been there for 20 years. I mean, it's just an amazing community. So yeah, really, really cool. Very fun.
Great question, Jay.
Yeah.
Because I think the newer people may not know that much about it. And
probably
I remember
not.
when it was private, and so I never got in the habit of going there.
Yeah. So it went public pretty quickly, but it's amazing because it is free. It's always been free. They've never charged to do anything. And it's one of the largest repositories of tutorials on the internet to this day. So there are 1,000 of the most recent tutorials that are there. I actually have a searchable database of all of those. And that, all of those videos and stuff. So it's a great place to learn for new crafters, who are just starting out, because you can search the tutorials. We've got, beginning tutorials on embossing and beginning tutorials on gel printing and all that stuff. So it's very fun.
Well done. Well, keep up the good work.
Yeah. Thanks.
That is good stuff. Great question. I'm glad we got a chance to hear it. It's been a long time since I heard it, so I'd forgotten it. Yeah, that was good. I'm going to make sure I have all my parameters met. So Deputy Heidi, who is coming to Paperganza, will not come and get me early. We've got a zoyfold card. That's a Z fold with a joy fold. So it's a zoyfold. And you do need to make that kind of nasal sound. Zoyfold. Zoyfold.
Like it's
when
French.
You're saying it. An elegant color palette. I went with black and red, and I added a lot of elegant touches with silver and diamonds. Front door, I've got a beautiful front door of a doggy house. And 3 circles, I've got 3 diamonds. I've got black sequin diamonds, or black sequins that are circles. He's got 3 little black circles on his face. So I think I've got that. How about you? Did you make it?
And you have your elegant colors. I think I made it.
Goody.
You can check my work.
Okay.
I do have the zoyfold, which I really like. I will admit that this is a fun way to do a card.
Yay.
Even though we've done a million fold card tutorials at Split Coast, I wasn't really that familiar with exactly what a joyfold was. I knew what a Z-fold was. So I have that element for my colors. I have my elegant black, and then I have gold foil. And instead of winter colors, I went with fall for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And even though y'all didn't give me a rodent, I'm not holding it against you. I still brought one. And I modified
Stick to your guns.
I stuck to my guns. And then I have the colors, I have the zoyfold, I have more than 3 circles. So I have 2 different kinds of circles. I have like a Swiss cheese look here for my little mouse. And I have a front door with an actual front door for the little mouse house.
I forgot. I have. And then I went overboard and put a bunch of circles inside. So we're good. We did it, Lydia.
We did it. We made it.
We made it, and we did it in a tidy amount of time as well.
Yeah.
So good for us. Way to
good for us.
You just get to enjoy looking at your card and enjoying it for a few minutes, because we're going to tell people how they can play, tell them who's coming up, and give away some stuff. And then we'll be back to say goodnight.
Sounds good.
Sounds real good. Well done. That's cute. Making our own Swiss cheese card. Nothing says elegant colors like Swiss cheese, but Swiss cheese is really good. So I'm not gonna say that it's not. You can play too. Just use those same 4 parameters. Make it family friendly. One card per person. Have it in by Sunday night to craftroulette.live. There is a submit card form. Just follow the instructions. It's easy peasy. You can do it. And you will be eligible for next week's giveaways as well. So do it. Oh, I need to get somebody on there. Next week, we're going to have Justine Hovey, who is the host of the Card Making Stash Summit. I'm looking forward to catching up with her. She's got a fun little business going on over there in Germany. She's busy. Lori Craig, like I said, will be here the week after that as a first-timer. So if you know her, encourage her. She's going to be fine. Donna Lewis will be joining us after that. She will be a first-timer as well. And Nima, one of our own friends in the Chatterbox, will be joining us on the first Friday in February. She is a talent. I'm glad to have her on. Join us every week. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, now is a perfect time. Please check to see if you've hit that thumbs up, which we love to call a Vinny. We would appreciate that as well. Join us. You never know what you're going to make. An elegant doghouse. You just never know. Like I said earlier in the show, this has been a busy week on Craft Roulette's membership group. This is how we support these shows and keep them free live every week. And we thank all of our new members that joined us just since the beginning of the year. It's been wonderful. And let's see, let me think. I did a video for the silvers and golds. I did a video for the golds. I think they're kind of fun too. I don't know, maybe they're not, but I did them. And we also did a member show talking about last week's episode contribution. So that was a lot of fun. And we went on some tangents, you know how we do on the member show. We go down some little rabbit holes, and it's just a good time for me. I don't know about anybody else. But thank you, Irene Hattrick Smith. You're too generous. You need to save that for some shopping at the Paperganza. But she is she can claim zoyfold as her own. That's well done.
And Jay sent in a $5 one earlier.
Thank you,
so
Jay.
We don't have a good time to read those off sometimes.
Sometimes we just get involved.
Yeah. So I'll have to figure something out. Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, members. And we will see you tomorrow on an all-member call would really like to meet the people who've never been on a call before. It's at 12 Central Time, but everybody's welcome. There is a limit of seats. We've never come close to hitting it. Just drop in, see if you're there. We'll be there a couple hours. Yep, and that's that giveaway confetti. It's time. We have a lot to give away. Woo! Ooh, how fun, though. I love giving away stuff. If you sent in a card last week, you are eligible and chose to be on the board. You are eligible for the prizes that we are going to be giving away. Not all of them leave the United States, but we will give away the ones that we can. We always start with a CROG, a Craft Roulette original giveaway, which is a handmade card with an itty-bitty gift. Most coveted CROG. What is Irene called? I never remember. We talk about it on our Wednesday show, the most coveted prize of the Craftiverse, a CROG. Because you win that too if you catch me stealing art. It's a fun show. Gen Z, that's right here in the United States. Gen Z, congratulations. There will be a form that opens up on craftroulette.live to claim a prize after the spinning is done. So please go on over there and claim your prizes as they come. Use the same email address that you sent your card in, so it will be you will be recognized as the right person. For a Craft Roulette goodie bag, this does need to stay in the United States. If it's somebody outside, we will send you something. Flora Carswell, Flora Floor Store. That was from a book that I read millions of times to the children. Flora Floor Store, Carswell, congratulations. We will send you a goodie bag, but you got to tell me you want it first. A Made It $25 gift certificate. I hope she's feeling better. Everybody likes May stuff. Everybody likes May. Such a nice lady. Jill L. Congratulations, Jill L. I probably will get to this maybe Sunday, but Monday. So it's kind of when I set my time aside to do these giveaways. So if you don't hear from me right away, that's all. I'm just trying to walk away for a minute. Just a minute. Or a relatively thoughtful 30-pound gift certificate. Yes, Beth Hines. Beth Hines, congratulations. She will send it to you so you will enjoy shopping. She's got marvelous drawings. And also, I always like to remind people that on the Relatively Thoughtful website, there's a challenge every month, and she gives you free product, downloadable product to use. For a VIP card-making stash ticket, Beverly Trabaneo. Wow, you will enjoy all those teachers. There we go. Congratulations. Or an Olo Markers $25 gift certificate. Who's going to get that? If you haven't used Olos, they're a little bit different than the other alcohol markers, but boy, do people love them. I'm looking forward to having Lori on the show. Becky D. Congratulations, Becky D. We'll get everything tidied up as much as we can, as soon as we can. Thanks for playing. And how easy was that to win those wonderful prizes? Oh gosh, I keep forgetting that one. I don't have it on here. What is my problem? And I'm so sorry, Charlotte. It's nothing against you. It's just, there goes that brain again. I'll add that this week. I forgot to put them on, and then, oh well. Woe is me. Donna Shilkuski. Thank you for reminding me. Well done. That's a lot of stuff. I'm not used to that many things, so that's very, very fun. Congratulations. I will be happy to get you these things. Shall we bring her back on to say good night? She's looking like she's just so comfortable and ready. You don't ever get nervous, though, do you? You're like a pro.
I don't get nervous talking. I was born talking.
I believe it. I believe it. That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, unless you're my parent.
Did you ever do improv or acting or anything to feel comfortable on the stage?
I've done a lot of public speaking, so at work. So I don't, and I had some great people give me great tips, and it just doesn't make me nervous anymore. It is nerve-wracking for everyone, even people who are, like I'm experienced at it now, but at first it's the scariest thing in the world. But you can, if you are nervous about public speaking, you can get to the point where you're not nervous. So just have hope if that's something that's part of your job, because it will get easier.
When you first started doing videos, were you horrified when you watched them back?
Oh, I still am. When I edit my audio, I hate the sound of my voice. I hate it so much. It's just agony to edit it. It's awful. It's the worst thing in the world. So be kind to video creators, because I promise you, we hate our voice more than you do.
and the sniffling and the
every
clear
noise
throat and all those things. Yeah.
Every mistake. Yeah.
All the cackling.
Yes.
It just
especially all the bad jokes.
Love the bad jokes.
We just lean into it here.
Yeah, we just
all those things.
Yeah, just go for it. If you can't stop it, do it more.
Lean in.
Paula Rice asks, and I think this is a fun question. You probably have a pretty good idea about how to answer it. What's in the works creatively for you in 2025?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not much of a planner, but what I've been feeling lately is that I need to get back to and do more art journaling, which is something that I really, really enjoy. And I only have a few videos on it. I was doing lives during the pandemic, and I did a lot of art journaling live. And I would really like to get back to that, because it's something that I find very relaxing. And it's also something that I feel like people are a little bit intimidated by and feel like there's a bunch of rules, which there aren't. And so I would love to show people that you don't have to have rules, and that it's fun, and it's something that's just for you.
Well, you're in our Facebook group. Will you tell us when you start doing those videos so that we can follow that? And where can when you are on, do you have a regular time that you're on? Live?
I used to.
You do live.
I've stopped since we've been a little bit busy over the last 6 months, but I used to be on at 3:00 Central on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And someday I'll get back to that schedule, but I am taking a little bit of a hiatus right now while I get some things done.
Yeah, you're remodeling.
Yes.
Life, something's got to take a back seat.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is the time of night when we give ourselves a little reward. It's cheap, it's free, and it's right on our tip of our lips to our brain. A little old kiss. Thank you, Chatterbox, so much for being here. I look forward to seeing what you were talking about. Mr. Producer, what is Paperganza? And Libya.
Lydia.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to catch up with you.
It was great to be here. Thank you so much for having me again.
My pleasure. We'll see you tomorrow, members, tomorrow afternoon. We'll see you Wednesday night to see if you can catch me stealing some art. And we'll see you Friday with Justine Movie. Night. Thank you.
Bye.